Hi, I'm Rebecca Brand, and I've got the Aiper Scuba X1 Pro Max. This is the latest and the highest of technology on robotic pool cleaners. Let me show you. This is a very large pool, and I'm gonna really mess it up with a big mess. I'm gonna make a recipe for disaster in this pool, and this recipe is gonna go nuclear. I went to the garden and I got a lot of stuff out of the ground. This was the greeniest part of my garden. Let me show you what's in it. Here I am sifting. I am sifting for gold. Well, not really. I'm sifting for rocks. There's all the gravel, and here's all the sand. Both of these things are going to go to the bottom of the pool. The sand represents all the dirt your kids get by just running around the yard. And the gravel represents all the heavy things that a really good robotic pool vacuum like the Aiper Scuba X1 Pro Max can get. That's really heavy. And we have to be prepared for nature. And sometimes winds will kick up and they'll put leaves in the pool. Well, this is my tea made of leaves. I'm kind of leaf tea. That's gonna go in there too. So here comes our recipe of disaster. Here comes those pebbles. Woo! Now for the sand. And now for our leaf tea on top. This is gonna give our Aiper Scuba X1 Pro Max a real test. Your pool probably would never get this dirty. This looks like a nuclear zone. A bomb went off in your pool. So the Aiper Scuba X1 Pro Max will certainly get an award for getting all this up off the bottom of the pool. And we have our tea leaves on top. We should read them. And down on the bottom is the mess. Check that out. We got the sand, we have the pebbles. That's gonna take a lot of suction power and a heavy-duty motor in order to clean this big mess in this pool. There are many ways to operate your Aiper Scuba X1 Pro Max. One of the ways is just on the front of the machine. Another way is straight from your app. And there's many modes you can choose. The modes you can press here are the hero mode, that does everything. There's also a floor-only mode, or floor and walls, and the skimming mode. And that's great if you have a lot of leaves floating around on top. And this button is to switch the modes, and this is the cleaning intensity button to change between Eco, Auto, or Max. The Eco is energy saving, Auto is adaptive cleaning, and Max is high performance cleaning. And I think we need that today. So to turn it on, you press the power button for 2 seconds, and it'll beep. And I'm anxious to get that floor cleaned up quick, so I'm gonna press the mode. I wanna get it on Max Clean too. So I'm pressing right down here to get it to Max. There you see it, Max is green as well. We have floor and we have on Max. So ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. You have to lay it flat for 5 seconds. So I'm laying it flat right on the edge of my pool. This cart it comes with is amazing. It makes it so easy to move it anywhere around your pool. I'm gonna move that out of the way. So let's put our Scuba X1 Pro Max right in the pool. Whee! Bombs away. We got liftoff. When you first choose your Aiper X1 Pro Max, it knows to go into a mapping mode, and it'll self-map by going along the floor. Aiper is the leading global brand in the smart yard ecosystem. They make amazing outdoor products for your yard and garden and your pool. Their mission is to create a carefree lifestyle through their technology and innovation. The Aiper X1 Pro Max has a very large suction port. It has 100 GPM suction power. That means it's sucking up the water and the debris at a 125 gallons per minute, which is 8,500 gallons per hour of water it brings within the machine to clean and filter with that strong suction power. It has a suction port that's extra large. It's over 6 inches. And as it passes all this dirt that we see down here, because of that extra large over 6-inch suction port, it cleans your pool faster. The roller brushes are in both the front and the rear, and they are brushing at the same time. Not all pool cleaners have that. Some only have one roller brush. This is front and rear active roller brushes to remove not only the dirt by pulling all that dirt up into the suction port, but it also scrubs the bottom of your pool to remove stains from the bottom of your pool. Now inside, there is an ultra-fine 3UM filter. A UM is a unit of measurement to describe very small particle sizes. That's why I put all that sand in the pool. This is real innovation. And not only do we have sand that's heavy at the bottom of the pool, you'll also have the microns of dirt and debris within the water. So a 3UM filter is another way of saying that the Aiper X1 Pro Max has an ultra-fine filter that serves as a dual filtration system. It is a micromesh ultra-fine filter for precision filtration that's going to get floating debris and microorganisms, as well as vacuum up the bottom of your pool. And in this example, we saw those fine grains of sand, and here we're seeing the Aiper X1 Pro Max quickly remove all that sand, as well as those heavy pebbles. That ultrafine 3UM filter is also capturing any algae that may start to form in your pool. Algae can happen in warmer pools. Once the chemicals start to wear off, algae could form, and that's going to stick to your pool bottom, your pool sides. But no, that 125 gallons per minute suction power is bringing that water in, and that filter is taking out the algae and other microorganisms. So you are sure to be swimming in super clear, fine pool water, crystal clear. Look at how incredible the bottom of this pool is looking in so quick a time. You can't even tell it had all that sand or all those pebbles on it. It took up all those small stones, and as well would get any hair that swimmers would leave behind. The leaves, the bugs. It's perfectly clean, without a trace that there was ever any mess on the bottom of your pool. Look at these shots. Look how efficiently the Aiper X1 Pro Max is working. It automatically designed how it most efficiently would vacuum the bottom of this pool. Now I want to show you industry first continuous horizontal waterline cleaning. They call this waveline technology. There is uninterrupted right side horizontal waterline cleaning at the waterline. The front rolling brush is what's used to remove those stains. It knows to go to the waterline to clean the waterline. I could have had it clean the waterline by itself. I could have easily have instructed it just to do the waterline. Not all pool cleaners have all these different cleaning modes that you can use independently. As it's cleaning the waterline, it has an enhanced dual jet propulsion technology, and that means it has amazing suction that's even there at the waterline with that stable horizontal movement. Other pool cleaners don't even have suction at the waterline. The Aiper X1 Pro Max does. And that means as it lifts off the algae and the calcification of hard water and debris that'll stick on the waterline like in a bathtub line, as it's lifting it off, it's sucking it in and putting it in the filter and removing that debris from your water. That is unmatched in today's technology. The special roller brush that's scrubbing the waterline is designed to brush off all that mess and debris and direct it right into the suction port. Oh, and I forgot to mention, there's a lot of oils that it collect because oil does not mix with water. So swimmers with suntan oil will lose their suntan oil in your pool, and that could create a waterline. But the Aiper X1 Pro Max even captures oily stains at the waterline. And it is doing this all automatically because Aiper wants you to be living the vacation life and having their X1 Pro Max do this work for you. That's why they are trademarking their waveline technology. This is real innovation. Aiper has an exclusive software algorithm that is great for intelligent path planning. So it's going to follow a predefined path for both the bottom and the wall cleaning. As it cleans the floors of pools, it'll also do on the walls of your pool, which has a special FlexiPath trademark 2.0 tailored precision perfect pool cleaning with 6 smart cleaning patterns for every pool shape. We're just seeing the automatic shape. I let it choose in auto mode. But in case you want to watch it do some interesting designs, you could while you're laying out by your pool. Each of the patterns is a smart cleaning pattern, which is great when you have pools of different shapes. Now this is rectangular pool, but there's all kinds of pool sizes and shapes out there. And Aiper has thought about that with their FlexiPath 2.0 tailored precision cleaning patterns. The infrared sensors will recognize the walls, and that will adjust the posture and the suction, so it will put the rollers and the suction power perfect from the bottom corner of the pool to go up and defy gravity, to go up that pool wall in perfect smooth path execution. It has 40 smart sensors and 3D scanning. That's all built in with its AI intelligence. So it's going to get every inch and every time. Now they call that the OmniSense 2.0 ultrasonic sensor with quad core. That's a special feature. Aiper has employed so many new technologies, all combined in the Aiper Scuba X1 Pro Max pool cleaner. And let's talk about the water surface cleaning. A wind event can cause a lot of leaves to hit your pool top. And should you want to, after a wind event, just do pool surface cleaning. Let's say it's windy all day long. You could set it to just clean the water line, and it would run for 12 hours cleaning your water line. Now that's just absolutely amazing. How irritating to see all those leaves drop in your pool. The Aiper Scuba X1 Pro Max will get those leaves and keep at it. I just want to point out something else about Aiper. The Aiper concept. It's a harmonious blend of robots, nature, and human. This pool in this beautiful setting is aided by Aiper to clean it. I love that they bring this robot cleaner to use in your home where you're going to be enjoying nature. The cleaning of the filter box is really easy. I put it on a flat surface, in this case, my lawn. Just open the top shell like this, and you pull up the filter box by lifting its handle. It's blue, so it's easy to identify. And look at all that inside, the sand and the leaves. It has a large capacity. Even all that dirt I had in the pool was barely anything compared to what it could have taken in. But I find it's a good idea every time you have a big mess to clean out the filter box. And then just rinse it out. The bottom latch was open on the bottom and everything just flowed out of there so easy. And for a more thorough cleaning of the filter, take your fingers and pull out the filters like this. They come out one by one. Now this is a way to do a very thorough cleaning of the filters every so often. We had really done a deep clean of the pool, so you can see all the dirt on the filters on the bottom of it. I clean the structure of the filter box too. I flip it around, get all the sides, and then I clean the filters one by one. It takes about 10 seconds each. Splish splash, they're all taking a bath. Then I put them right back onto the filter box, just the way I had taken them off. They're all done, they're all clean. It's a good idea at this time as well to clean out the inside of your Aiper Scuba X1 Pro Max. Of course, everything is waterproof, so you're not going to hurt your robot cleaning it out. Then you put the filter box back into your robot. It snaps in easily, and down goes the lid. All done, ready to go back in the pool. When you first order your Aiper Scuba X1 Pro Max with its caddy, it arrives right to your door. These are the boxes it came in. I put the main robot box right on my counter. I open the box, and there is another box inside of the cardboard box. I put that box on my counter so you could see the design of that box. It's a beautiful design. Here are some close-ups of the front of the box. It would make a great gift for someone you know that has a swimming pool. Bring a vacation home to them as well. Here's the back of the box, and here's the side of the box, and here's the other side. You can see it has a little cutout if you want to pick it up from the sides. That was thoughtful of the box designer. As well on the box, it tells you the type of debris it can get, and also showing the different kinds of pools it will work for, and shapes, reminding you why you bought it in the first place, as well as some of the other features, like the 5-hour battery life for floor cleaning and cleaning pools up to 3,200 square feet. I put the box on my kitchen floor, and I opened the box to show you how it came packaged. The packaging design was excellent, so it wouldn't get damaged during shipping. I took everything out of the box, and I put everything on my kitchen counter. The first brown box has to do with the charging dock. I unwrapped it, and here's what it looks like. Here's the underside of it, and the lightning bolt indicates where you're going to plug in your charger. You just flip open the rubber closure to it. Here's where you're going to connect the legs. Another view of that, where the legs go in. To both sides, here is another box, and these are the legs that'll fit into the stand. It takes 2 legs, and here's a side view of those legs. And the flip side, here's where they're going to connect. And here's the pad on the bottom to create friction so they won't slide around. It comes with another box, and here is the replaceable MicroMesh Ultra-Fine Filter. Here is each section of that. I just showed you how it got cleaned. That's a special filter for fine particles like algae and sand. And here's another box. And that box has the rest of the stand at the top of the screen and the hook where you can fish it out of the water, and as well the electrical cord that will charge. Here's a close-up of the hook and the close-up of the charger. The user manual comes in a well-designed box. I opened it up. On the left we see the user manual, and on the right a quick start guide. I opened up the quick start guide so you can see how well it's illustrated. It was easy to understand. And the robot cleaner itself comes well packaged so it won't get scratched during shipping. I'm taking off the layers of the packaging. Here's the side of it, accented by turquoise blue. We can see the wheels, how much traction is on the Caterpillar style wheels. Here's the back of it with the dual action rubber maneuverable climbing treaded rollers. And here's the other side of it. And on that side, we can see the obstacle avoidance, which are located on the side of it, above those traction wheels. Here's your front of your Scuba X1 Pro Max. Again, with the two silicone roller brushes in the front. Like the back, we can see the traction and the quality of that silicone rubber. Here's a really great view of the Aiper Scuba X1 Pro Max close up. The attention to detail in the design and the quality of materials for the function is premium quality. There are two on one side of the robot. That helps it navigate and avoid obstacles. The sensors are an important feature. That technology is called the OmniSense 2.0. And here's a close-up of the OmniSense ultrasonic sensor. Aiper's R&D has developed this. And here's a top-down look of your Scuba X1 Pro Max with the manual control panel. Here's a close-up of that. Easy to understand and identify just by looking at it. Here's a close-up of the filter. Now I've taken the filter out, and here's the interior of the Scuba X1 Pro Max. And here's the filter it came with. That's for your standard cleanup. And on the right is the Extra MicroMesh Ultra-Fine Filter that you can add. What I did in my cleanup, because that pool was a real mess with all that fine sand. But you don't have to use the ultra-fine mesh if you didn't want to. Aiper wanted to include this special filter with this device because some pools are more prone to algae and sand and fine dirt. So you get this. And for those type of situations, this filter is recommended, and they've offered it to you in addition to the other filter. I'm going to roll through this really quickly just so you can see how easy it is to assemble. Putting it together is very intuitive. All these parts can be taken out and removed. So you can replace the ultra-fine filter with the one that comes standard, like I'm doing here. Every piece just snaps right in. You can see the difference of the ultra-fine mesh filter versus the standard. Now here's where the vacuum is going to pull in all the water containing all the debris right from the bottom. I'm opening up that flap, and to clean the filter, you just simply unclick the bottom of it, and that will dump the dirt out and the leaves freely. It provides a great chute for everything to come right out. And we can see the flap, the durable flap. I close up the filter after I clean it just by snapping it back together. This is a charging base assembled. Here's a side view of it. Let me show you how I put it together. Here are all the pieces. I added the feet to the U-shaped piece, and then I clicked in the base. That's all it took to put the charging base together. Here are the connections to the electrical system. We have a 3-prong plug on the left, and the 2-prong plug goes into the base of the charging station, like so. The transformer is in the center, and you connect the 3-prong plug into any North American 120 household outlet. Here's the base of the robot unit itself, and we can see from underneath there is that flap that the water will be thrust into and sucked up to clean your pool water and the bottom of your pool floor, the sides, and all. And here is a layout of the technology. The silicone rollers at the top are going to be pushing the dirt and algae at the water line and all around your pool right into the suction vent below. That is a key design feature of the Aiper Scuba X1 Pro Max.
Wow, can you believe how beautiful this pool got so quick?
with the Aiper Scuba X1 Pro Max Robotic Pool Cleaner. Click the link below to get your Aiper Scuba X1 Pro Max for your busy summer. And Aiper is having Aiper Day discounts, one of the biggest discounts of the year. The best time to get your Aiper. I'm Rebecca Brand. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you subscribe to my channel and ring the bell to get notified of my next video. And let's keep making great recipes in life. And today's recipe is a really great pool for you and your family and friends to swim in. Kids, it's time for the pool party. Last one in is a rotten flamingo, as the case may be. And I really meant last one is a rotten egg, but he's already hatched. Whee! If you like this video, here's where we're there, including some really great summertime recipes to make and bring out to the pool. Just click.